Hello guys, I am Truemai, and welcome back to Chocobo's Dungeon. This is episode 1, and last time we left off in the prologue, learning that we're here to search for a gem. I'm going to switch some stuff around in the options real quick. Turn it on fast, and I have the class controller on, so I will automatically use the class controller controls.
Could we be in a mysterious dungeon? The shape of these dungeons shifts every time you go in.
That's just the game
careful.
introducing some mechanics. The main mechanic of this game is that it is a dungeon crawler.
Chocobo, what's the matter?
And
Are you hungry?
There's another mechanic it's introducing is hunger. In the top right corner, the percentage
look,
is how hungry you are.
here's some Gasol
If it
green.
goes to 0, you're in trouble.
They're your favorite, aren't they? Go ahead, eat up, Chocobo. All right, time to get moving.
Okay, let's get going then.
Look, a pair of talons and a saddle. We're off to a good start. As you well know, talons boost attack strength while the saddle boosts your defense. They're both important items. Oh, I should probably remind you, if you ever get hurt and collapse inside a mysterious dungeon, you lose all the items you've obtained all at once. Remember that, okay? But don't forget that you won't lose any items that you have already equipped. Now, why don't you equip some items? I've got a hunch that our treasure is just...
Fans of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series may be noticing some familiarities between the two games. That would be because they're both inspired by a similar concept. They're both dungeon crawlers with randomized dungeons, similar to both the Diablo series, though they do have differences with the Diablo series, in that the items are not randomized.
I should have known. Any good treasure is protected by traps like these. Some traps inflict damage, while others restrict your movement. But just don't step on them.
Well, I could avoid
say.
these traps. I can get through it with minimal damage
There.
just by walking through
Move
anyways,
diagonally, just
so
like that. And
it's
you're
almost
free.
not worth
Come on,
going
Chocobo.
diagonally.
You give it a shot. What's the matter? Has it been too long? Afraid you're out of shape? Diagonal movement is a basic skill, Chocobo.
So as you can see, in the bottom of the screen, it lets you know anything that goes on with combat. So if anything happens, the bottom screen of the screen will notify you.
Oh no! It's a trap!
And wait, why didn't Sid trigger that?
Watch out, Chocobo! Looks like we got company.
And here we have some combat, and as the game stated, this
Don't
is
panic, all right?
turn-based.
Battles are easy if you always think a step ahead.
It is a strategic battle system. As you can see, by attacking, the enemy will move towards me, and I can attack again first, rather than letting the enemy have the first strike. And the enemy drops some job points. Job points will allow you to level up your job, as you can see. You can go to the menu and check your status to see how many more job points you need, along with how many more experience you need to get to the next regular level. You start out as a natural, which is basically the journeyman job seen in other Final Fantasy games.
Oh, man. There's more of them. Chocobo, 2 to 1 isn't good. Run into the hallway. You might be tough, but you
Here
don't
the
want to
game's
end up
introducing
surrounded.
more strategic maneuvers you can do during combat. You can choke the enemies by going into smaller quarters so you can't get surrounded. So it's always a good idea to be careful when you're fighting. Now, this floor is red, so I'm guessing that means there's probably going to be something dangerous. So, we'll find out. Let's go. possibly a boss.
Careful, Chocobo! This one looks tougher than the others. Use your abilities against tough enemies. Give it to him with your Chocobo kick!
And if you hold in Y on the classic controller, you can view the grid, which is very useful for knowing how many turns you have until an enemy gets to you. And as said, you do have abilities, but they use up SP, and SP regains over time. And they are much more powerful than your normal attacks. And that's pretty much the end of this dungeon. Let's find out what happens after this on the next episode of Let's Play Chocobo's Dungeon.